Let's get this party started.
Coverage tight, spotlight on tomorrow. Who you with? Trust, you'll be delighted that you followed. At Phirst Contention, the invention. We debate sports, of course we should mention. What's that? We cover games, we don't play suspensions. We 100, so if your star's missing, we let you know your squad surely gone fishing. We never fish though, no, not our motto. We sport on deals, on court, on fields. The victors, the vengeance, the legends, latest invention. Phirst Contention.
Salutations, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Phirst Contention. I am your host today, Ty. Whoa, so Cena. With me today, a couple familiar faces. What's up, Marvin Banks? What's up, baby?
Oh, I said hola, senors and senoritas, reporting live in the home of the Mill Town.
Genesis.
Stay safe, Marvin. Also, reporting with us, we got Steven Davis. What's up, sir? Still married.
What's going on, everybody? Strive higher every day.
Steroids.
You said steroids. Let's take it and run with it. I mean, biogenesis. We talked about Ryan Braun already. Now it's time to shift our emphasis to a guy who defended Ryan Braun, A-Rod, but not Aaron Rodgers. We are talking about Rodriguez out with the New York Yankees. He has been pretty much linked to the biogenesis, and MLB has proposed a 200-plus game suspension for him. Now he's obviously appealing it. So, I mean, let's start with you, Steve. You are from, while Marv is in Biogenesis Central, I mean, you're from St. Louis. So, I mean, what do you think about this? Should he take it? What do you think about the appeal? What do you think about his legacy? Just take all those questions, wrap up in one, and give me a nice little response.
Well, to be honest with you, man, I just think baseball is a whole hypocrisy. I mean, they have allowed a lot of these players to come into the sport and use performance-enhancing drugs to, kind of taint their stats or make them more liable to get better money in the future, and just getting better stats and just being a better player. But at the same time, once they find out that they're doing it, they're trying to act like, oh, we're just this holy league, and you can't be doing stuff like this. This is blasphemous. We have to kick you out of the league. We have to suspend you. We have to do all this. But at the same time, these managers don't care because they just want to win. That's what it's all about. And that's what's so stupid about this whole steroid situation anyway, because it's just become a part of baseball that everybody just allows it to happen. And then when somebody gets caught, especially big names, they try to make a big deal out of it like they didn't know it was going on. Come on now.
Thank you for that succinct answer, Steve. Marv, what do you think? What are your thoughts?
Man, you have to go back to what Jay-Z said a long time ago. Dark night feeling, die to be a hero, live long enough to see yourself become a villain. That's all MLB is doing now. All the superstars that's going through this right now, either you're going to die to be a hero, see yourself long enough to become a villain. A-Rod, Braun, McGuire, Sosa, Palmeiro, Clemens, the list goes on and on and on and on. And now that A-Rod is suspended for 211 games or a proposed suspension, what is that really going to mean? Now, what if the new crop of superstars are caught up in some new type of designer drug? The Trouts, the Bryce Harpers, the Strasburgs. Why if they come up and they're taking some illegal drugs? Then what's going to happen next?
You talked about, we already covered this, but here's another way to look at it. I mean, you're coming up in the world, especially when you have so many players of Latino descent and from Central America, or even if you're growing up in the U.S., if you are into baseball and you do not have, and steroids is your opportunity to get what's yours and get your family into a better situation, I mean, it's kind of hard. Do you think that's something that you got to do in order to look after your family? Or do you try to go do it the right way, Marv?
I think, man, you have to do it the right way because what you do in the dark comes out in the light anyway. I mean, baseball is built upon stats and numbers, and once you tarnish that game and once you tarnish those stats and those numbers, then you're going to be ultimately frowned upon. Look at Mark McGwire. He's not going to be voted into a Hall of Fame no time soon. You know, there's so many unwritten rules and unwritten codes within baseball, and disrespecting the game is definitely one of those unwritten rules.
Steve?
I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like it's become so much a part of the game, and it's kind of messed up just because, you know, back in the day, you wouldn't think about guys using steroids, but there's other types of drugs. There's all kind of performance-enhancing drugs, and not everybody's getting caught. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's over 50% of the players in the league that's using something, and that's what's shameful about the sport.
Definitely things continue to get worse and worse for baseball, which is already suffering. Let's move on to a football field, NCAA. You know, some people call them hypocrites, others just call them the NCAA. Johnny Manziel has had quite an adventurous summer, well documented, especially by himself on his social media. And that was all fun and games, but it seems like things have gotten a lot more serious as he has allegedly done 6 different signing sessions on various Texas A&M memorabilia and has sold this for an excess of $40,000. I mean, you know, we've changed from things of 20-year-old kid to now allegedly breaking finite NCAA rules. What do you think about what's going on with Manziel, Steve?
You know, at first I was actually like defending this guy just because I knew he was a young guy. There's a lot of pressure on him. He's the first freshman Heisman winner ever, and he comes from a well-established family. I mean, he's already been spoiled to this day. So I kind of feel like he's just gonna live his life. But at the same time, he's been doing some stuff that just kind of been borderline. And then you do this. You're signing stuff and you're getting paid for it. I mean, I figure that he was already, you know, well endowed. So why would he do something like this to jeopardize his future, you know, in college football? I mean, he's probably going to be out for the whole year and just get ready for the NFL, I guess.
Marv.
Well, I mean, you bring up a good point, Steve, that he might be trying to get ready for the NFL, but there's no guarantee that a 5'11" non-pocket passer quarterback is going to be very successful within the NFL. Granted, he won a Heisman last year, but he only has 1 year underneath his belt. He's not a Russell Wilson. He's not a Drew Brees. He's not a Doug Flutie. Some of these smaller quarterbacks that were able to make that transition to the NFL. But I mean, to your point, and I agree with Steve, you know, at one point in time, you know, I was with Manziel. You know, he's the youngest Heisman Trophy winner ever. Go out, have fun, but you just can't fix stupidity. If you're going to sign some stuff and get paid for it, you got to do what Randy Moss said. Straight cash, homie.
Very true. It's very important to also notice or mention he doesn't come from regular type of money. He comes from oil money. He's talking about a family that has oil money. That's a lot more money than your average type of money.
He's not rich. He's wealthy. He's like one of those families that own the color blue. Like, yes. We own the color blue.
Yes, Chris Rock told us about that. Real quick, yes or no? Do you think he plays this season, Steve?
I doubt it.
Wow, you doubt it. Marv, what do you think?
Yeah. If he does play against Alabama, SEC will drop off the NCAA football. Yes, he's playing at least to September 14th. Maybe September 15th he gets suspended, but September 14th for sure.
Hey, we talked about stupidity. One smart thing that they have done is hire the guys who got Cam Newton to play his whole year after all those allegations came out. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's move on. Football. Man, it's in the air. We've waited for so long, and it's back. Preseason is happening. But you know what else is happening? Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks returning back to HBO for another stint with the Cincinnati Bengals. Marv, you saw the show. What do you think? Tell us how you feel about Hard Knocks and what do you think about this season?
Hard Knocks is absolutely hilarious. Now, granted, the Bengals aren't as funny as the Jets when the Jets were on there, where they was calling Mark Sanchez Nacho. But you also have a lot of interesting characters. James Harrison is probably the most interesting character within Hard Knocks. Closes the door, turns his back away from the camera. He does not like to be in the limelight at all. And he never, like, James Harrison never smiles. I never see James Harrison smile or even crack a smile. I don't think he likes his teammates at all. I don't think like James Harrison doesn't do anything but play football. That's it. He doesn't go out. He doesn't go to the movies. He doesn't know what's happening in politics. He goes home to Port Brown Stadium. That's it. That's all he does. That's all he does.
And for a while, he was doing that at Heinz Field. So sad to see him go. But, man, for me, Hard Knocks it brings a lot of emotions to me just because, I played football, and then I see, the training camp and everything that's going on. You just kind of get that excitement coming back. But too bad, it's the Bengals once again. I was looking forward to seeing some different teams. I mean, it's cool to see the Bengals once again because Marvin Lewis is a great coach. You get to see the ins and outs, of his organization. Now you get to see John Gruden's little brother, Jay Gruden, kind of sound similar to him. I mean, it's been funny so far. I'm looking forward to see my boy Troy Stoudemire going to do something for the Bengals. I mean, they've been giving him some FaceTime on a series already, so I'm trying to see if he's going to make some plays.
Yeah, one thing's for sure. Tuesday nights, Hard Knocks, it's must-see TV. And, of course, all of us former Gophers got to say good luck to Stoudemire. Hopefully things work out with him in his professional football career.
Well, I just want to get Gio's van. That's what I want. I want Gio's van.
Gio's van.
Gio's van.
Hey, I used to whip a minivan when I had my permit. I'm about that life. It wasn't automatic door. It was nice, son.
Yeah, Gio's fancy.
I'll see him upgrading sometime soon. That's all we have for this episode of Phirst Contention. Don't forget, submit to the YouTube channel, like this video. And if you didn't like the video, submit to the YouTube channel and like the video. Follow us on Twitter, Phirst Contention with a PH. Send us some questions, we'll answer them on the show. That's all we have for Steve and Marv. Tyson will see and sign it off. Trey's up.
Ride with Phirst Contention, that's full throttle in. We sport on deals, on court, on fields. The victors, the vengeance, the legends, latest invention. Phirst Contention. We sport on deals, on court, on fields. The victors, the vengeance, the legends, latest invention. Phirst Contention. Game face grit, like born for playoffs. Say it all in small time like payoffs.